Hi everyone, this is Mary Blue Angel, and today I am back with Mind, Mind, Mind. And last time we left Marie and Kalei at the movie theaters, where I believe they were watching a detective dog film, which is very exciting because they're like hanging out some more and checking out movies together. Also, a reminder that I am putting them on like a friendship route with my choices that go towards that end. But I will be revisiting, seeing what it's like if they, romantically get on later on. But anyways, I just really want to explore this route a bit more, just because I feel like Marie needs a bit more of a really good friend, and I'm just very curious what the story, how it will evolve from there. So let's just get into it. Let's see what happens.
Man, that was awesome. I was wondering if it was gonna be some cheap cash grab, considering it's been 20 years since the last installment. But it was really interesting. I liked how the original protagonist became the mentor to the next generation.
As we exited the cinema complex, Kalei's eyes lit up. He pointed to the food court, the bright signage beckoning us inside.
Ugh, I'm starving. Wanna grab some grinds?
Honestly, I totally want to eat right now. I am hungry. I feel like eating a ramen, a vegan banh mi, a loco moco. I don't know what a loco moco is, so actually I'm going to look this up. I feel like I've heard of that before, but I don't think I've tried anything like that, or at least never. Oh, okay. Seen. I don't know if I've ever heard the term before. Let's see. Oh, it says, I just look up loco moco. It says Hawaiian loco moco recipe. It looks like it's rice with a patty, eggs, a sauce or like a gravy maybe. Sounds really good. I want to eat that. I mean, all these other things also sound good, but if they're selling loco moco, maybe we should try. Maybe we'll just go with that, in spirit of, Kalei's shirt and everything. But also, any of the other choices sound so good. I go to the Hawaiian plate lunch shop and order a loco moco. Minutes later, I carry my tray back to the table. Kalei is already sitting down. A glistening bowl of rice topped with spicy mayo-slathered tuna is sitting in front of him. He splits his chopsticks.
That looks pretty action.
You're so excited for food, same. I take a bite of the loco moco, making sure to get a big spoonful of rice, gravy-topped hamburger, and creamy egg yolk.
Anyway, that was so good, right? I especially like the scene where the sergeant finally puts down his uniform.
I nod, chewing my food as I listen to him. Kalei talks for several minutes, rambling about his favorite scenes and the acting performances of the leads. When his steam is all used up, he scratches the back of his neck and returns his attention to his poke bowl.
Sorry, I did it again. I talk so much. My friends usually have to tell me to shut up.
But you're excited, and sometimes, I feel like Marie is a bit more of like, we're gonna listen. That's fine. We like hearing, your thoughts and things. Oh, it's okay. I like listening to you.
Really?
He looks embarrassed.
Oh, thanks. That's nice of you. No one has ever said that to me before.
No one? My goodness.
What'd you think of the movie?
I like the action sequences, characters, or themes. I probably liked all of those. Maybe action sequences? We can go for that. I really liked the action sequences. They did a great job of using practical effects. I heard they tried to limit the use of CGI for this movie, and the result was impressive. I especially liked the scene where they were falling out of the plane, trying to grab the detonator. Kalei nods, listening intently as he chewed on a slice of pickled radish. We talk about the movie for several minutes, but the conversation quickly slows down. To be honest, I'm not all that familiar with the Mad Gun series. Oh, that's what we were watching. I remember now. Thanks for the reminder. It's not Mad Dog. I was like, I'm a little confused about that, but okay. I watched the original films years ago, and I just read the synopses as a refresher. This movie was excellent, but it was just a very solid, entertaining action film overall. I can't think of much to talk about. But yeah, it was really good. I'm glad that we came to see it. My voice trails off. We gotta start asking our random questions, guys. That's what I would do. It's okay. It's always a little awkward in the beginning when you're like first connecting with someone. In general, I mean, you gotta just find what, people are interested in. Films are one thing, so that's good, but there's more that you guys will connect on, and that's great. Kalei grins sheepishly and takes a bite out of his poke bowl before washing it down with a sip of Coke. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Uh-oh, the conversation stopped. What will you do now?
What will I do now? I guess we should ask about the food or something. That's what we're doing, right? I usually go with, how are you liking your food? It looks very good. And then you can talk about food. Something in the environment needs to be talked about at the very least. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to, that's a good thing, or at least that's a thing I would do. He's standing behind me. He slides his hands across my shoulders, tracing my clavicle. Ooh. He feels like he's about to grab my throat and strangle me.
See? I told you that this would happen.
No, it's fine. Everyone's kind of awkward at the beginning when they are trying to make conversation with someone. You don't know what someone else is really interested in talking about. For example, I literally there was this at this gym that I used to go to, this front desk staff person who I'd say hi, chit chat every now and again, do the little small talk pleasantries. And then after a while I had was watching an action film. I really like the John Wick series. It's mostly because I like Keanu Reeves in general. I will watch any of his movies really, though I haven't really watched a lot of his movies. But anyways, I think the 4th installment had just come out or was about to come out, and then I was like, wow, I'm so excited about this, or I'm going to go watch it as soon as possible, or maybe I had already watched it. And then I just brought it up and I was like, oh, any movies that you've been watching? I've just seen this movie. I totally did a self-insertion of something that I particularly wanted to talk about, and then you gauge it. You see how well do they respond to that, and if they engage with that really well, then sure, cool. But there have been many times when I've done that, people are like, yeah, I've heard about that, and then it's the conversation doesn't go anywhere, and that's fine. Then you find something else to do, either talk about either the next time or in that current interaction. It's life. It'll be okay. Geist, please. I don't want to hear it.
He's getting bored. He's realizing that you're not the interesting person that he thought you were. Soon he'll regret ever inviting you to hang out with him.
I mean, hardly, but okay, guys. My skin feels cold. I look at Kalei. He's looking at a nearby shop selling rice balls. He's probably thinking about how boring this conversation is, how much he regrets inviting me out, how much he regrets being my friend. Okay, that was a, real quick, connecting the dots that aren't there, It's okay, though. Deep breaths. I take another bite, but it's hard to swallow. Food feels like glue in my throat. I want to vomit.
Why don't you excuse yourself to the bathroom? Stay in there a while. And when you come out, you can pretend that you got food poisoning.
No, it's going to be okay.
At least that way he'll think that you're miserable company because you're ill, and not because you're just a miserable person.
Guys, no. I managed to choke down the bite of food. Geist is right. It wouldn't even be a lie. My food is settling uneasily in my stomach. I place my hands on the underside of my seat, getting ready to scoot back from the table.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if you were the last person alive?
Okay, obviously this is not the most random question because I'm sure Kalei is coming up with this, but this is an example. You kind of have to be not exactly random. I don't know where he's coming from here. Obviously, I don't know about his character's backstory, but you have to kind of be ready to appear random. In this context, where was this coming from? We don't know, but it appears very random. Personally, I welcome things like this because I'm always just like, yeah, like I want to know. Also, sometimes it's just like gives you a little bit of insight about another person, about how they think about things, what kind of perspectives they have. Also, what is their comfort levels of like talking about like probably deeper topics that are a bit like more nuanced or deeper in some senses, in terms of like being more like abstract or hypothetical or things like that. Not to say that talking about movies and stuff and themes and other things are not like, you know, deeper topics, but you know, more like this. I always find it's very interesting. But yeah, why do you think about it, Kalei? I don't personally ever wonder that, because I think it would cause me a lot of stress. Like, actually, like me or a Blue Angel, I would be stressed out thinking about that. But it is food for thought. What? A retreat is interrupted by Kalei's sudden interjection.
No, like, seriously. Post-apocalyptic movies always focus on the survival aspect. But what if that's not the problem? Assume you've got a shelter and all the food, water, and electricity you want.
Okay. Well, I don't know then. I mean, that is part of something. I mean, I will say, I do like to think about dystopian and post-apocalyptic scenarios, mostly because I read a lot of those growing up, like a lot of novels, and I do think about this particular aspect of like what happens when you're just little. Sometimes I haven't more recently, when you might be the last one or maybe some of the few left and that's it.
But you're completely alone. You've got all this time on your hands. What would you do with it?
That's a good question. Is this what he was thinking about? The hypothetical apocalypse? What made you think about that all of a sudden? That's random.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes these thoughts pop up in your head, you know? And they just keep scratching at the inside of your skull until you let them out.
I can see that. I mean, Kalei, I'm totally with you. I am someone who will like literally ask people the most random questions. It's so fun for me because some people take it in stride and some people don't, and then I feel kind of like, wow, why did I do that? But I'm like, I wanted to share a thought. Maybe someone else has a really interesting perspective that I've never thought about. I want to hear about it. Who knows? He takes his hat off and ruffles his hair, looking a little embarrassed. He puts the hat back on. I guess I would travel, stay alive, watch all the movies I can before I die. I will say my kind of answer, just rethinking about this, is like I would probably just like, if I could and I had hands on like books or content that I really wanted to watch or consume or read or whatever, I would do something like that. I guess, like, if I don't have to worry, I mean, like, I guess it would be lonely because, you know, humans are social creatures, as we know. And though I may be introverted, I need some socialization, or socializing, rather, every now and again. So maybe I'd either I would maybe do a combination of travel and, like, consuming content that I would like. Honestly, just living the best life that I could in the scenario that I could. And then, I don't know, I guess it depends on how long all this, like, food and stuff lasts me and, like, my natural, like, body and, like, you know, like, my natural health condition perseveres before. I don't know how long that would be, given a particular context in which this, like, post-apocalyptic scenario is happening. So, I'm gonna choose the third one. I'd watch all the movies I can before I die. All the things that I normally wouldn't have time for. Witness the last remnants of humanity's existence before it all disappears. What about you? What would you do if everyone disappeared on you?
I guess I would travel around and look for people.
That's good. I didn't even think about it. I would just assume I'm the only one, but there could be other people. I thought that you said that you were the last person alive. You already know that there aren't any other people, right?
Well, I think if I actually believed that, I wouldn't be able to handle it. knowing that I'm all alone in this huge world.
I mean, honestly, that is a very big idea to contend with. Again, my whole humans are social creatures thing thought. That's so fair.
If I keep searching, then I can hope that I'll find someone someday. Even if it doesn't happen, the thought would keep me alive. You know?
Yeah, I could totally see that. I think that's totally fair. I understand Kalei's feelings, but I can't relate. I mean, I understand Marie Blue Angel does, but Marie doesn't in this particular context, which is totally fine. I've thought more than once that if I was all alone in the world, then it wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't have to worry about dealing with anyone, and my mind could finally stop screaming at me. That's what Geist is, screaming at you. I could finally be at peace.
Sorry for killing the mood with that weird question.
I shake my head. No, well, it was kind of weird, but I get it. Sometimes you can't control your thoughts. And it was an interesting question. I just needed some time to think about it. Kalei chuckles awkwardly and leans forward.
How's your food? Ooh, looks cherry.
What does cherry mean? It sounds like it means it's good, which is all I care about. Oh, it's good. Do you want to take a bite? Somehow I feel a bit more relaxed. Kalei's bizarre question had knocked me out of the maelstrom of my thoughts. That's good. He hasn't been obsessing about me or my shortcomings. He had just been in his own head, wondering about something that had nothing to do with me. I almost laughed. Of course, Kalei wasn't focused on me the entire time. I'm not the sun. He doesn't revolve around me. He has his own random, fleeting thoughts. Good realizations we've come to. Good. After we finished lunch, we stopped by a charity store and browsed through their used DVDs. We don't talk the entire time, but at the very least, I don't feel tempted to run to the bathroom when the conversation slows down. I think sometimes it's easy when you go into a store and you're looking at things with another friend that if I go to a bookshop with a friend, we just kind of want to look at our own stuff, and then we sometimes show each other the books that we found or something or whatever, but sometimes you're looking for something in particular, or your friend likes a different genre, and that's totally fair. So good to see. Oh, Marie. When I flop onto my bed later that evening, exhaustion envelops my body, but it's a different kind of exhaustion than normal. A good kind of exhaustion. Oh yay, that's good, Marie. And there. I admire the concluding paragraph to my classics paper. Nice. It came out rather well, if I do say so myself. I'm spending another Saturday evening at the library, as I often do. It's been a couple of weeks since Kalei invited me to go to the movies. It's already 10 p.m. I groan. Hopefully I have something in my dorm room to eat for dinner. I pack up the laptop, books, and papers scattered over the desk and head to the library exit. As soon as I open the library door, I freeze. There are hundreds of people outside. The plaza is filled with blaring music. It's a boisterous rock song with dramatic crescendos, the theme song from a recent Halloween-themed blockbuster. Is it because I chose rock as my choice of music to listen to last time? That's nice.
It's Halloween. They must be having a party.
Ooh, Halloween party. Geist is standing next to me. He strides in front. When he's standing at the end of the steps, he turns back towards me and bows, gesturing towards the crowd with one arm. He's acting like he's ushering in my arrival to a royal ball.
Shall we go?
I take a step down. My legs are shaking. Oh, it's a crowd. There are so many people. They swarm around me, pressing against my body. The smell of smoke is sickeningly sweet, wrapping around me like a vice. A tall student rams into my shoulder, spilling a few drops of beer on my hoodie. I try to breathe, but no matter how deeply I inhale, it feels like my lungs are being filled with sand. I take a step. It's like I'm wading through mud. The music is so loud, I can't even hear myself think. There are flashing lights everywhere. The students are wearing glow sticks around their necks and wrists. They look like fireflies, swaying in the dark. Where's Geist? For once, I look around for him. aching to see that blonde head, a familiar beacon in a sea of shadows. But he's nowhere to be found. I'm assuming you're like really overwhelmed by this crowd, so maybe Geist is not showing up because of that. This is not good though. Absolutely. My vision is getting blurry. The shadows of the students around me all blend together, pressing against me, squeezing the breath from my lungs. My legs buckle, and soon I'm kneeling on the pavement. I try to stand back up, but I'm shaking too much. If I move, I'll topple over. My heart is pounding, beating like a war drum. I feel like I'm going to be sick. I look up. Everyone is staring. They look down at me, their eyes driving into me like knives. Some of them turn to each other, talking, gossiping about me.
Here you are, the center of attention, the star. Go on, put on a show. Show them what a mess you are.
Guys, please. I can't do this. We can't do this to ourselves, please. I can't see him, but I know that Geist is behind me. It's getting harder to hear. It's getting harder to see, too. It feels like I'm drowning in the depths of the ocean. The only thing that I can hear clearly is Geist's sardonic voice whispering in my ear. The only thing that I can feel clearly is his breath against my neck. Oh, this is bad. Okay. I mean, honestly, it's a lot to be in a crowd like this where it's like very jammed packed, and a lot is going on, and it's like, you know, loud music, loud, like very strong vibrations from that music, and like people around, and drink and smoke and everything. It's interesting that Geist has returned in this slightly, not fully, in this like not like as a full like vision, I guess, as we've been kind of seeing him so far, but our main character Marie is clearly still having these thoughts despite this type of crowd. But we should get out of it if we can, though. I don't think it's kind of bad. My goodness. I'm gasping for breath. I'm suffocating.
Hey, are you okay?
Kalei. A fuzzy figure is kneeling in front of me. I can't see who it is. My vision is too blurry. When I don't reply, he puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder, urging me to stand.
Come on, let's sit down somewhere.
Oh, I'm glad Kalei found her. Oh my goodness. That's scary. He tugs on my sleeve, leading me through the people surrounding us. As we walk, the crowd thins. The music quiets. The smell of smoke weakens. He opens a door and guides me inside. I look around. My mind is still fuzzy, but I can tell that we're back in the library. Foyer. The boy sits me down on one of the couches. It's hard to focus. I try to concentrate on his feet. I can only think about one thing. Why is this guy wearing socks with sandals? It's quiet now. So quiet that I can hear how fast my heart is beating. It's still racing, thrumming in my ears like a hummingbird's wings. My skin feels cold and clammy.
Do you mind if I sit with you?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Okay, wait here. I'll be right back.
Okay. He returns a few minutes later, setting a cold bottle of water against my shin. The chilly condensation tingles against my skin, grounding me. I look up. Kalei's brow is furrowed with worry. It doesn't suit his face, normally so sunny and cheerful. Guilt gnaws at my chest. Oh, you're so concerned. Oh.
Are you sick? Did you drink too much?
You're so concerned. Me crying. Oh, friend, thank you.
Or are you having a panic attack?
A panic attack. I had never considered that before. I had similar episodes in the past, but I just told myself that everyone feels nervous sometimes. My episodes were normal. I was normal.
Now he knows that you're a freak.
Guys, please.
Someone who can't even handle normal life. A person who's constantly on the verge of a complete mental breakdown.
All right, guys, you're really coming strong on this one. Plenty of people, unfortunately, deal with a lot of a lot of anxiety-related things, like panic attacks, which is perfectly it's not. It's unfortunate that it happens, but it's not a thing that's uncommon. You're really blowing this out of proportion, guys. I don't like this. Geist is sitting next to me on the couch, arm draped around my shoulders. His cold fingertips are tickling my earlobe. It feels like I'm being buried alive. Oh, that's not a good feeling. I'm having a panic attack probably. That's probably what's happening. You didn't drink anything. You were just at the library. I think I'm having a panic attack. I say quietly, the words stumbling over my tongue. I almost don't want Kalei to hear. It's strange, labeling what is happening to me like this. Part of me is glad to give it a name, to put a face on this monster that has tormented me for so many years. Part of me is terrified of this label, this brand singeing my skin, marking me as someone irreparably broken.
Got it. Okay. Breathe with me, okay? In. Whew, out. In. Out. Good job. Can I hold your hand?
Yes. Yes, please. I nod. He grasps my hand and squeezes it. His hand is warm and reassuring as he leads me through some deep breaths.
You're okay. Everything is going to be okay. Whew, I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, deep breaths. Love it. Thanks, Kalei. He repeats this over and over as he continues to help me breathe. With each reassurance, it feels like a rock is lifted off of my chest. Once I've calmed down, Kalei gives my hand one final squeeze before letting go.
How you feeling? All right.
Hopefully better. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
Do you want to go home? Are you going to be okay walking through the crowd?
Why is it right? I guess that's where the big open space is in front of the library. I nod again. Kalei helps me to my feet. I follow closely behind him as he leads me back out into the masses of people. It's still suffocating, but it's different this time. Kalei walks in front of me, parting the crowd like the Red Sea. Meanwhile, I focus on the plumerias on Kalei's back, counting each flower petal. By the time that I'm finished, we're out of the heart of the gathering. There are only a few stragglers surrounding us now. I let out the breath that I didn't know that I was holding. I jog up to Kalei's side. I'm sorry for bothering you. My cheeks are burning. I want to disappear, to crawl into some hole that leads straight to the center of the earth and never come back out.
It's no problem at all. I wanted to get some air anyway. Big parties like this aren't usually my thing.
Guy sidles up next to me, his hands in his pockets.
Look at you. You've completely ruined his night. He could have had fun with everyone else, but he had to babysit you.
Guys, please, no. No, that's not the case. My hands hover around the headphones slung around my neck. I want to put them on, but it would be too rude with Kalei here. I'm not usually like this. I'm a little embarrassed that I acted like this in front of you. Kalei doesn't look surprised. Instead, he dons a strange expression of grim understanding.
It happens to a lot of people. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Exactly.
What a liar.
Guys,
It happens to a lot of people. Who, exactly? Has he ever even met anyone as freakish as you?
God, guys, please. Honestly, I think I need a counter. I don't know if I will edit this to have a guys, please counter on this, but I think I've at least said it 4 or 5 times already.
I'm your friend. I'm here to support you. Always.
Yeah, you are my friend, and I'm crying because I love that. I love friendship. I love wholesomeness. I love this.
Oh, how generous. He's offering to be your crutch because of how fragile you are.
I want to fight Geist right now. Kalei kicks a stone lying in the path. It skips down the cement, landing in a nearby patch of flowers.
One of my relatives has a panic attack sometimes. She's brilliant, one of the smartest and kindest people I know. But she feels things a lot, you know? And it can be overwhelming. So sometimes she just needs a few minutes to process her emotions, and I hold her hand and talk her through it. It's no big deal at all.
No big deal? Collapsing in the middle of a crowd and troubling everyone was no big deal. Okay, girl. You were not troubling everyone. Truly, you are not alone in that. I don't know what to think of that. Part of me is annoyed by Kalei's flippancy, the way he dismisses my suffering with a few easy words, and yet part of me is also strangely reassured by his nonchalance. As I'm mulling over that statement, we reach my building. I fumble my ID card out of my pocket and swipe it through the reader. I would have worried I lost it if it was in my pocket, to be honest. Thank you. I wave to Kalei and shut the door, his words ringing in my ears. I groan into my pillow. I can't believe what I did last night, in front of Kalei of all people.
I bet he's gossiping to all of his friends right now. The weirdest thing happened to me last night. A freak had a complete breakdown in the middle of the main plaza. Crazy, right?
Guys, please. Oh my god. I can't with you. The blonde man dangles the phone in front of my face.
He texted you. Shouldn't you hurry and see what it's about?
Kalei's probably just checking in on you. I bat the phone away and turn around. I want to stop time. I want to curl up in a corner and hide forever so that I never have to see Kalei again. The phone buzzes once more. But real life doesn't have a remote. I can't hit pause on it because I'm feeling overwhelmed. I roll back over and reluctantly accept the phone from Geist. Hey, how are you feeling? Okay. See, he's just checking up on you. I was kind of worried. Just wanted to check how you're doing. Do you need anything? Aw. I squeeze my eyes shut, composing myself before I reply. I'm okay. I don't know what happened last night. That sort of thing doesn't usually happen to me. I'm sorry for bothering you. No, don't worry. I'm just glad you're good. I was wondering, are you busy? Tonight? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Me and some friends are getting together to watch a movie. It's called The Social Experiment. Wanna come? We'll probably talk story after. There's gonna be pizza. Ooh, a pizza movie night. Ooh. And fun. Cute little smiley face. My lips curl into a smile. After our first text exchange, the :3 has become something of an inside joke.
Yes, go on, accept. Now you can put on an encore performance. You can curl up on the floor in front of Kalei and all of his friends and have a complete mental breakdown.
Okay, guys, please. I need you to not. I need you to not right now. That won't happen. Last night was different. Well, I think we're in a slight denial. I mean, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I just think that maybe Marie might be in a little bit of a denial that there's some underlying issues that should probably be addressed. But I also agree that, like, in this particular scenario, that's not like how Geist has laid it out. It's very less likely to happen. Whatever. That never happens to me. There were just too many people. This is small and private. If anything happens, I can just say I need to go to the bathroom or something. Geist places a finger under my chin, tipping my face up so that I have to look up at him.
Do you really believe that?
I mean, yes.
Sure, you're going to go out with a bunch of strangers and have a fantastic time. By the end of it all, you'll be best friends for life.
You don't need to be best friends for life at the end of it. All you're doing is going to go watch a movie. If anything, you'll just connect over a movie. That's great.
What kind of fantasy land are you living in? Has that ever happened to you? Even once?
Well, I mean, not yet, but it doesn't mean it can't. And also, I don't know, you're painting very extreme scenarios here, my dude. Geist's words radiate cold. They send chills running through my limbs, making the hairs on my arms stand on end.
If you say yes, it can only go poorly. You will embarrass yourself. You won't even get along with his friends. What if they start mocking you because of how socially inept you are?
Okay, look. Going to like an event where it's like someone you know and like it's their kind of, that's their main social circle, of course it's gonna be usually it's a little slightly awkward because you don't know who these people are, you don't know how they socialize, you don't know who they are as people, and you don't know like what things they like, and so it's always gonna be like slightly awkward, really, like unless you're just willing to embrace that it's going to be like that, and then you learn about them as you go on, because again, these are strangers to you. I don't think they're gonna start mocking you because of how socially inept you are, and you are not socially inept also on top of that, so like we should not be worried about this. So guys, please, I need you to get out of here with these thoughts, you know?
Say no.
I want to say yes. I want to go. Okay, smiley face. It only takes a few seconds for the phone to ding with a familiar notification. Really? Yay! I'll come get you right now. Oh, it's right now. Okay. Let's go. When I exit the building, Kalei is already there, his cheeks and ears tinged pink from the cold. He waves excitedly to me with both hands. Oh, that's what looked different. He didn't have his hat last night. That makes sense. I was like, why does he look kind of different? I don't know. He leads me through the darkened campus, along the lamp-lit paths until we reach the student union. When he opens the door, I'm greeted by a trio of new faces. One girl and one guy are lounging on the couch in front of the TV. Another girl is unrolling paper towels and stacking them next to a couple of pizza boxes. Ooh.
This is Mari, Naya, and Asher.
Everyone, this is Marie. Nice to meet you. Naya and Asher wave in acknowledgement. Mari hands me a plate and a paper towel. Help yourself. This one is vegan. She opens the oily cardboard boxes. Oh my god, I want vegan pizza. Revealing two pizzas. One is covered in tomato sauce, vegan mozzarella, and basil. The other has basil pesto, sausage, roasted peppers, and goat cheese. I am someone who doesn't consume dairy, so I usually go for the vegan pizzas, but I want both. It doesn't matter. I'll go with the first one. I grab a slice of the tomato sauce pizza. The mozzarella is especially stringy, clinging to the cardboard as I try to extract the pizza from the box.
What drink you like? Beer or soda? Or just water?
I mean, I feel when you can have soda. I accept a cola. It's ice cold. I wipe some of the condensation off before cracking it open. Kalei takes a slice of the pesto pizza and sits on the floor in front of the couch. I join him. Ooh. The room dims and the TV lights up. On the screen, a lanky young man with a mop of curly hair fields questions from a curious reporter. It's an interesting movie. The protagonist is a college student who joins his best friend's startup. They make a social network that quickly takes over the country. However, midway through the film, it's revealed that the best friend is actually an alien who uses the social network as a way to harvest information about humanity. Interesting. As the film winds down, I finish the final bite of pizza. My goodness, I literally would have eaten like 5 pieces at that moment, like through this whole film. I love pizza so much. I haven't had it in a long time. I think I'm just hungry right now. My goodness. The protagonist just barely evades his best friend's ray gun and stabs him in the throat. Whoa. In the final few seconds, the protagonist staggers to the console, trying to prevent the information from being sent to the mothership, but he's too late. The film's final shot is of the console screen eerily displaying "Transmission Sent" in big pixelated green letters. Kalei gets up and flips on the light, rather. Mari turns off the TV. The hell was that? Blatant sequel bait. I thought it was pretty good. Really ominous.
It's a fitting metaphor for online privacy, isn't it? They couldn't stop the aliens because it can't be stopped. Once you use the internet, no matter how hard you try, your information is going to be collected and used against you.
I can see that. The 5 of us clean up, tossing the pizza boxes and cleaning the dishes. When we're done, we sit on the floor in a circle chatting about the movie, although, to be fair, Kalei does most of the talking. What movies do you like, Marie? This question.
Better not tell them what you really like. After all, if you tell them that your favorite series is an animated whodunit franchise for kids starring a detective dog, they'll think that you're weird and utterly childish.
Oh, guys, please, I can't. I brush aside Geist's provocations. I already prepared. I watch most things, but I've been watching a lot of sci-fi stuff lately. My favorite is the Eradicator series. Oh, the one about the shape-shifting aliens that take over humanity, right? Yeah. And then the main guy travels back in time to prevent humanity from making contact so they don't get taken over.
He's not the protagonist. The protagonist is a woman he's helping.
He's the guy on the cover, though. Kalei sighed.
The guy on the cover is the villain. The villain!
I really liked it, especially the scene where the guy jumps into the vat of acid to save everyone else.
That's the sequel!
Why do you always get so hung up on the details, Kalei? Let up a little.
Eradicator 2 is the best one.
Eradicator Reborn is the best one. The villain wields their pair of nunchucks that turn into machine guns. I liked Eradicator 4, the one starring Holly Day. That reminds me of that other movie that we watched with Holly Day, the one where she had 6 months to live, so she decides to go find her first love. That one was so good. I was crying at the end when she found her boyfriend's last love letter to her. Ending was kind of boring. Just say that you wanted killer robots to appear in the last 20 minutes of the movie, Asher.
60 years, 6 months was one of Holly's best performances. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the director made the film with her in mind. It was a crime that she didn't win the Golden Galaxy Award that year.
Man, I'm learning a lot about these movies that I know nothing about. How fun. I will say, in new group conversations, and if I only really know the one person, I am someone who just kind of listens. I don't really, say stuff, so, this is fine. I'm like, I'm just, reminded in this scenario of, oh, yeah. If I don't, have, real strong opinions about a certain thing, I'm not gonna say anything. But I am listening, for sure. As the conversation meanders away from the topic that I had started with, I fall silent. While Mari and Asher bicker about the sentimentality of the climax of 60 years, 6 months, Kalei leans over and asks if I've ever watched it, but all I can do is shake my head. Sometimes the conversation veers to movies that I've watched, and I scramble to think of something to say, something interesting that isn't too weird or offensive. But by the time I plan my words, the others are already talking about something completely different, samesies.
Tick tock, tick tock. It's been so long since you last talked. It's just like class, isn't it? You're going to get a participation score of 0, you know.
I just think sometimes it's fine. Take it out at your own pace. You're good. You get used to it as the longer you hang out with people and you get more comfortable with them, at least in my case. Or, you find other people that you get along with more, and that's fine. But I do prefer either being in a very small group where I know everyone really well, or just one-to-one situations, interactions. Those are the easiest for me. I open my mouth trying to say something, but I soon close it again.
Given up already? Oh, you've truly got an iron will. Why don't you go join the other furniture?
Guys, stop it. I place my hands in my lap, focusing on wiping some of the residual oil from my fingers. At this point, if I did say anything, I'd just earn stares of befuddlement. No, you wouldn't. Who is this stranger interrupting our conversation? Better not say anything. I'll just stay quiet and wait for this get-together to end. As Naya and Mari discuss the relationship dynamics in a gothic romance film, the conversation slows down. Kalei is listening intently to the argument, but Asher looks bored. He takes a swig from his beer before looking at me. Asher raises an eyebrow. Oh, please, not this question. Hey, Marie, why are you so quiet? I freeze. I can't remember how many times I've been asked this question. What am I supposed to say? What do you say to that? Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm so shy. I just don't like talking very much. I'm a bit tired. I'm not feeling it today. I don't know you guys that well, so it's hard for me to barge into this conversation. That's probably, for me, the most likely thing. Or I'm just not feeling it, you know? I'm actually kind of messed up in the head, and if I talk to you, you'll find out. So I'm not saying anything. No, Marie, no. There are a million answers, a million excuses, but I can never say anything. All I can do is offer a nervous laugh and say, yep, I'm quiet. Naya and Mari slowly stop chatting and look at the two of us. Kalei is already staring. I shrink under their gazes. Geist leans closer, his cold breath tickling my ear.
Oh no. It seems like they found out. How long did you think that you could hide it? Your real self. You pretended to be interesting. You pretended to be a person worth
Guys,
talking to.
please.
But you didn't even make it 5 minutes before showing them how boring you are.
Stop it, guys. I can't.
What will they think of Kalei now? He stuck his neck out for you, introducing you to all of his friends. Now what will they think? They might start to think that he's a miserable failure too because he likes someone like you.
Guys, please, this is not gonna happen. Thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry for being so boring. I'm sorry for being such a killjoy. I'm sorry for ruining the mood.
You've already ruined everything.
Oh, please.
You
Oh,
think
no.
that begging for forgiveness will help. You're just making things worse.
Please, I can't with you. Why are you? Kalei squeezes his beer can. The crinkling sound is loud in the relative silence.
Maybe it's because they think hard about what they're going to say instead of saying any old thing.
Kalei, I'm crying. Thanks. He prods Asher with his knee.
And why are you so loud all the time, bruh? Maybe you should learn to be a better listener.
Oh, I mean, my arguments, usually I'm quiet because I like to listen a lot, but I'm glad Kalei at least, broke up the little bit of silence that was going on there. Asher's brow furrows and his nostrils flare. He looks pissed. I mean, that is something to say.
Now look at what you've done. You're ruining his friendships. Kalei is standing up for you. He's getting into a fight with his friend for you.
I mean, I don't agree that it's like maybe the best thing to say, but I don't think we're ruining friendships here. Unless, it keeps escalating. And even then, that's like not on like Marie, I wrap my arms around myself, my knuckles whitening. I stare at my drink on the table, watching the condensation pool at the bottom. The same 5 words run around my head on repeat, screaming and screaming and screaming. I should not have come. I should not have come. I should not have come. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I was anywhere but here. Asher rolls his eyes before shoving Kalei in the shoulder. I was gonna say, you're one to talk. You're the loudest one out of all of us. Kalei rolls his eyes in turn, ignoring his friend's provocation.
Anyway, speaking of gothic romances, what did you think about Scarlet Tears? You mentioned that was one of your favorites from last year. We watched that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that sounds fun. I want to watch this. Kalei smoothly transitions the conversation to a film that I've watched. I managed to get in a few sentences, although it doesn't take too long for the conversation to veer in a direction that I can't keep up with. However, whenever he notices, Kalei brings me back into the fold with an easy question. Asher remains relatively quiet. His arms are crossed and his eyes are narrowed into a pointed glare aimed straight at Kalei. Okay, they're gonna have to deal with this now or later or something. The other boy doesn't stop sulking until we split up for the evening, with everyone returning to their respective dorm rooms. I'm the only one who lives in a separate building. Kalei offers to walk me back. Thanks, Kalei. We're outside. I cross my arms, shielding my body from the chill. I feel strangely nauseous and oddly vulnerable in a way that I can't explain, as if someone cut a hole in my chest and left it open so that everyone could peer inside. Kalei scratches his nose. He looks around awkwardly before turning to face me.
I'm sorry.
For what?
They, said some pretty insensitive stuff to you. They're not usually like that.
They were only like that because you were there.
Geist.
You made everything awkward.
I'll make sure they're on their best behavior next time. Don't worry.
There won't be a next time. Not after you messed everything up so badly.
Okay, guys, we did not mess up everything badly. We're fine.
I'm really glad that you came.
Me too.
He's lying. They
Stop.
always lie. He's just trying to.
We all like movies, but sometimes it feels like I'm the only one who takes them seriously, you know? They're always joking around about how bad the dialogue is or how hot the actors are.
I mean, I like commenting on how hot the actors are, but I also like thinking about the themes. But I probably am not as like super serious in discussion as I feel like Kalei would be. So he probably feels very happy that Marine was able to join in and like share some like perspective and things. And again, it's always a little tricky when you're like adding new people into your group and things, but after a while, it gets a lot better.
Whenever I want to talk about the story or the characters, they brush me off. Even when they don't, you can tell they don't want to talk, you know? That's interesting, or wow, you thought about it a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's no good. I mean, sometimes if I haven't thought about something and someone brings it up, I just like thinking about it a bit more as they brought it up. It's always nice, because again, it's like someone else's perspective that I'm not really getting to, that I didn't really realize on my own. So I think it's nice, but oh, he's feeling a little bit, probably, I'm assuming to some degree there's a aspect of loneliness even within the group that he's in.
Sometimes I feel like a weirdo. Like I don't belong.
Oh, he's being vulnerable here.
So it was really nice having you there. It seems like we're on the same wavelength.
I love words of affirmation, thank you. He might be lying, placating me with soothing words, but he seems sincere. I feel the same way. I really like talking to you, too. I mumble the words, barely able to get them out. I would totally do that. And inwardly, I curse. I sound so awkward. What if Kalei thinks that I'm lying or being insincere?
Feels like you listened to me. You really listen. I wanted to thank you for that.
They're so cute. I love that. Guilt bubbles in my stomach. I want to protest. That's wrong. I'm not listening. Not really. I'm just so wrapped up in my own thoughts all the time that I don't speak. But no, I mean, there's a little bit of that you're working on and such, but you've also like had very deep discussions about various films, so that's good. In reality, I'm a selfish jerk who's always obsessing about myself. I don't listen to you because my thoughts are constantly screaming in my head. But when I look at Kalei, his sunny smile erodes my doubts. He's genuinely grateful towards me. Even if it was accidental, I did something for him that he appreciates. I made him feel heard. I guess I did a good thing. I look around. Geist is gone. We arrive at my dorm building. Thanks for inviting me. I had fun. When I return to my room, the guilt in my stomach has morphed into something else. A strange mixture of emotions, one that I can't easily define. Guilt, nervousness, humiliation, gratitude, and something almost like pride. Around a month has passed since Kalei invited me to meet his friends. I lounge on my bed, scrolling through my feed. Is it Kalei? I scan my notifications. It's not. Instead, I got an email. Oh, is it your little DVD thing that you ordered before? Hold on. Yeah, I think it should be the DVD, the Detective Dog DVD that we ordered a while ago. I run down to the mailroom. When I talk to the student that's manning the desk, my excitement is so high that I can get the words out without stumbling over them. Minutes later, I'm clutching the package to my chest like it's my most precious treasure. In my room, I carefully open the box. A DVD case covered in slightly worn plastic is lying amidst the crumpled up newspaper. Young Detective Dog, the adventure begins. I can't suppress the grin spreading on my face. I've been waiting to see this film for so long. I open up my desk to search for my DVD player, but then I pause. You should invite Kalei. I wonder if Kalei would want to watch this. Probably, most likely. When we were talking about the franchise before, he mentioned that he hasn't watched this one. I'm not surprised. It's not available online, and physical copies are hard to come by. Should I invite him over? I've never invited anyone over. In fact, I've never invited anyone to hang out, period. When I did spend time with friends, they were always the ones to reach out. Some small, deep part of my heart always believed that if I asked someone out, they would feel burdened, that spending time with me was a chore, that they had much better things to do than be with me. But this is different, right? Kalei would want to see this movie too. And maybe, just maybe, he would have fun with me. I take out my phone, my fingers hovering over the try message icon. Oh, guys.
Stop.
No. Guys, please, let me text my friend. I can't right now. Geist is sitting on the bed, leaning over me. He reaches over and tries to take the phone out of my grasp. I don't like how the ambiance, the lighting has turned green. I'm scared. But this time, I don't let go. I wrest my hands from his grip.
What do you think is happening with that guy?
We're friends.
What? Is he your bestie? Your dear friend? Maybe he even likes you.
Girl, I'm sorry. We spent some time together. Again, how is a friendship supposed to blossom if we never spend time together? You know, we have to... It's pretty reasonable. He said last time, like, I feel like you're listening to me. We like films. We watch films. We talk about films. We talked about Detective Dog. I think we should invite him to watch this movie with us. I don't want to listen to this. I push Geist off of me. I get up and grab my headphones from my desk, but his voice slips past the headphones, snaking into my eardrums. Oh, scary.
Get your head out of the clouds. He tolerates you because he wants someone to go to tutoring with. If he had anyone else, he wouldn't even look at you.
Stop. Stop it, guys. Oh my god. I turn away and crouch down, pressing the headphones so hard over my ears that it feels like I'm crushing my skull.
He doesn't like you. He never liked you. No one likes you.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he likes us, you know? Geist embraces me from behind, squeezing me tightly. He rests his chin on my shoulder.
I love you. I only have your best interests at heart.
No, Geist. You don't.
The world is dangerous. I'm trying to protect you.
No, you're not.
You can't trust anyone. They all hate you. They all wish that you would just disappear from the face of the earth.
Guys, please, I can't. His voice is scalding and freezing at the same time. Honey that drips into my ears and burning my eardrums like acid.
If you trust them, if you let them in, they'll all hurt you eventually.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna pretend that every single, relationship, every single friendship you make always lasts forever, but there are sometimes things just, you outgrow each other. Things like that happen. But, is it really worth not making those types of connections just for, I don't know, to protect yourself? Because, again, humans are social creatures. I mean, obviously some of us like to socialize a bit more over others, right? There is, this difference in capacity or willingness or wanting to socialize in that way, which is fine. But I do not agree. There are definitely good people. There are good people out there. There are good people for you, and you are good people for them. And, it's not to say none of these connections that you form will ever, not hurt you, because, I don't know. That's, the whole, to be human thing. But I don't know. Is it worth, isolating yourself in that way on the chance that, I mean, not even the chance that you, will be hurt. I don't know. It's the whole, what did Shakespeare say? Was it Shakespeare? To love or be loved, I'm not as better than... Something about, it's better to have loved and lost rather than not loved at all. That quote, right? I think that's Shakespeare. My God, I can't remember. And in a lot of senses, that is true, because that is, part of, humanity and, connection and things. Rather than isolating yourself, where it's more of this very I can imagine lonely journey. But again, these are my opinions, these are my things. Geist, I don't trust you here, and I don't believe that, like, you know, maybe, you know, with Kalei here, maybe we're just like movie friends. We're friends that like to talk about movies, and that's okay. If that's all we are, we're just friends that like to talk about movies, that's fine. You can have friends that you connect over a very specific purpose. They don't need to be your best friend. They just, you know, what matters is that you like hanging out with them, they like hanging out with you. You feel good when you guys hang out and talk about things. Great. That's like, I feel, minimum for what's happening here. But anyways, I'm like rambling, but here we are. He takes the phone out of my grasp, my grip too limp to hang on any longer.
But that's okay. I'm here for you. You only need me.
No. You tell me things and make me anxious. You make me stressed out. Make me feel anxious. Push. Geist's touch fills me with revulsion, resentment, and anger. I shove him away. He stumbles backwards, hitting his head against my desk. He rubs the back of his head, glaring at me. Everyone hates you? It seems like the only one who hates me is you, Geist. His eyes widen, brimming with some emotion that I can't quite describe. It almost looks like betrayal.
I don't hate you. I love you. I care about you more than anyone else. You're my entire world. I exist for you.
I mean, okay, like, in part of my thoughts that I shared in the last part, Geist is an embodiment of, like, our character's negative self-talk. So, like, in a sense, it's our own self trying to look out for, you know, for our well-being and such, and not being hurt as we navigate the world. So I can see that. I can see where this is coming from. But it's not the healthiest. And, like, I totally get where it's... I think if I'm correct in, like, what this is supposed to be, in terms of, like, Geist and who he is as a character in this, you know, story, in this world, then, like, I get it. Like, it is me, it's basically my character saying, I'm trying to protect myself by, like, not really connecting with people, trying to keep my head low, you know, trying not to get disappointed in things because I don't interact with anyone else. I don't give myself the chance to have that happen. And it's because I am protecting myself. I care about myself. So I see the sentiment, but it's, like, also very, like I was saying earlier, it's also very hard and damaging and not good for us. Not very healthy, so... I think this is really well done. My God, like, this is so well done. And it's, like, really, I'm conflicted in the sense of, like, obviously this is not great, but obviously it's, like, there, like, everyone to some degree, I feel like, has some of this. And then for other people, it's a lot more intense of this, like, type of, like, negative self-talk. And, like, it's really interestingly portrayed in this visual novel, and I love it. And it's so great to see, but also I'm like, oh my God, like, it's making me think so much, and I'm like, oh, I love things like this. So really enjoying this, and I assume we're towards the end. I'm not sure, we'll see. Huh, you love me when you spend all day telling me how worthless, disgusting, and unlovable I am, when you do nothing but beat me down, grinding me into dust so that you can pick up the pieces. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not love. The floodgates are open now. I blink quickly, trying not to let the tears flow out of my eyes as the words flow out of my mouth. Why? What's your game? You want me to feel small and laughable and hopeless so that I never feel confident enough to leave you? So that I'll always need you? Geist opens his mouth before closing it again. He tries to speak a couple more times before he finally finds the words.
I'm just being honest with you. I don't want you to get hurt. Not when you're this fragile. Not when the slightest push will break you into 1,000 pieces.
You're the one who's hurting me.
I just wanted to help.
You're not helping. You've never helped. The tears are gushing out now, warm droplets caressing my cheeks. All you do is make me stressed, that I'm terrified to do anything, boxing me into a prison of my own thoughts so that I can't step outside of it. Trying to alienate me from the people around me. You liar.
I'm not a liar.
His little sad face made me sad. Stop it, guys. I can't. But you are. Kalei hates me when every single thing that he has done has communicated the opposite. He says that he likes to talk to me. He invites me to hang out. He wants me to meet his friends. And yet, every single time you tell me that he's pretending, that he actually hated me all along. What kind of crazy hoops do you have to jump through to believe that he hates me after all that? What are you? Some kind of mind reader? To be able to tell what he's really feeling? Okay, so again, it's like, guys, in my theory, if this is not correct, then like, wow, I'm totally off the mark. But like, Geist is embodiment of Marie's like negative self-talk, right? And so this particularly, these words, these lines, what kind of crazy hoops do I have to jump through to make myself believe that he hates me after all of that? That's directed at our character, at ourselves, effectively. Again, Geist is just like this, like, what do you call this? Not an apparition. He's not actually, like, I mean, I'm assuming he's not actually real. Like, he's just like, it's part of like the, like, you know, our self-talk, our negative self-talk personified. And so this is just within our character, but it's really telling, maybe realizing, like, maybe this is for our character to realize that, like, these are the things that I've been doing, the ways that I've exhausted myself into making me think that everyone hates me type of thing. All these crazy hoops, all these things that I go to lengths just to make the story fit. And maybe we're coming to the realization that, like, hopefully we're coming to the realization that that's just not the case. So that's good. We'll see. Maybe Geist disappears after all. We'll have to see.
No. But I just know. Besides, even if he doesn't hate you now, he'll hate you eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Exactly. Here we come back. I'm just gonna read the lines here. And if something happens later and he tells me that he hates me, so what? I'll move on. I'll live. It won't be the end of the world. I'll make new friends. I'll form new relationships. But if I'm always too scared, if I never reach out, then I'll never form bonds with anyone. I'll just continue to float listlessly throughout life, blindly following wherever you decide to take me. Exactly. I might get hurt, and that's okay. It happens. I don't want to spend my life avoiding the things I'm afraid of. I want to spend it doing the things that I actually want to do. Oh, we're out of the green light.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so Geist... Oh. So, I can't hate Geist if, you know, again, Geist was just like, woo woo, I'm just here, I'm the self-talk. He became more negative because that's where, you know, for probably many reasons, maybe context or how we grew up, blah, 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 blah. That's how Geist turned out. So, you know, we can't hate him, but he really was doing a lot. I might have to have that Geist please counter in this. We'll see. But anyways, it's good. Okay, we're gonna see. Maybe Geist does stick around, but he's just like, yeah, go you, go Marie, yay. You know, we'll see. I don't need to think about my answer. I want to be Kalei's friend. Geist looks down at the phone, guilt marring his features. He lifts his eyes to meet mine. I stare back, unwavering. He extends the phone to me.
All right. Good luck.
Woo! Okay, good. Sorry for being so harsh, guys. I get it though. I hesitate, thinking it might be a trick, before accepting the device. It's still displaying Kalei's conversation on try message. I bite my lip and send my message quickly, trying not to overthink it. Are you interested in watching a movie with me? I just got my hands on Young Detective Dog, and I thought you might want to see it. My phone buzzes immediately. Yes, I really want to see it. Right now? Right now? I wipe the tears from my eyes. I'm really in no state to see him right now. I paused before sending the next message. I've got a few things to do right now, but maybe in a couple hours. I'll be there. Can't wait. I look up. Geist is gone.
Hey!
Hey. He sounds a little different than normal. Almost overly enthusiastic. He brandishes a plastic bag filled to the brim with different snacks. Wow, you just have these lying around?
Oh no, I ran to the store really quick. I didn't know what you liked, so I got a bunch of stuff.
Aw, cute. He rummages through the bag.
Oops, I forgot drinks.
I laugh. We're in my room. Why are you the one trying to provide everything? He smiles awkwardly.
You're right, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I guess I got a little excited and didn't think too much.
Maybe Kalei is like he's most likely initiator in a lot of his friendships, I feel. Like, I'm getting the vibe that, like, you know, he's the one who, like, asks people to do a lot, like, to invites people to do things, which is, like, fine. I love someone who, like, initiates the hang. Though I realize that, it gets very exhausting to be the person who does that. I don't mind. Personally, I can be someone who initiates a lot of like, hey, we should hang out, blah, blah, blah. And I know I've talked to many people about this, and some people say they flat out are just so bad at it that they just like don't. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But then I'm just like, sometimes I do have people who I like want to connect with and want to catch up with, but sometimes it feels like because I've continually been the initiator, it's a lot. And then I don't know how much of it's like, well, is it me they don't want to talk to because they always say they're busy and they never reach out when I don't reach out, type of thing. And that's like something to navigate, obviously. So maybe my guess is potentially, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but like maybe Kalei got very excited because he's like, woo, like Marie's inviting me to go watch Young Detective Dog, and like she's never like invited me to go watch a movie with her. Isn't this great? I mean, again, these are very early stages for these two, like in terms of like, you know, their connection and meeting, but still, it's very exciting, I think, when it feels like your feelings of hanging out with someone and wanting to hang out with them are reciprocated. So maybe he got excited because of that, but I think it's very cute that he was like, I need to go buy all these snacks, etc., etc. So who knows? Kalei. We laughed together before settling on the rug. I prop my laptop on my desk chair. I plug in my DVD player before carefully inserting the Detective Dog disc. The movie starts with a close-up of a dingy city street. Several pairs of feet pass by, splashing through the muddy puddles strewn over the cement. Kalei opens a cartoon of cookies. He holds the box open for me. I take one, savoring the cream-filling sandwich between two chocolate biscuits. He also opens a bag of spicy chips. Now I'm really hungry. I need to go eat after this. Spicy chips, and sets it on the ground between us. The camera zooms in, focusing on an alleyway in the background. A dirty cardboard box comes into view. A small puppy, his fur matted with dirt and blood, oh my god, lies in the box. I'm Dog. In the future, I'll be Detective Dog. But not now. Now, I'm just a poor orphan dog. We could quickly become completely enthralled by the film. The animation is definitely dated, but the voice acting, performances, and the writing are mesmerizing. The plot is much darker than other entries in the Detective Dog series, following Dog as he was falsely accused of stealing a rich cat's pearls. On screen, we watch Dog's interrogation. Dog stays quiet as a policeman tries to emotionally manipulate him, promising a warm bed and food if Dog fesses up. I fumble a chip out of the bag, enjoying the spicy sweetness. I reach towards the bag again with Kalei's fingers ghost over the back of mine. I freeze.
Sorry.
Not the blushies. He jerks his hand back. His ears are red.
I'm a little nervous.
Uh-huh. It's okay. It's okay. I'm nervous too. Kalei hides his face in his hand before smiling sheepishly, straightening his collar.
It actually makes me happy to hear you say that. I thought I was the only one feeling this way. I guess that we can be nervous together, then.
Yeah, let's be nervous together. Woo! I can't stop a smile from creeping onto my own face. We can be nervous together. I like that. Oh. After our introductory science class ended, and the new semester started, Kalei and I remained close friends. We often eat lunch together, and we watch movies on the weekends. Nowadays, I invite him to hang out as often as he invites me. Our unspoken rule is that whoever does the inviting gets to choose the movie. Oh, that's so nice. I've gotten to know Kalei's friends too. Better, too. Mari is a sweet girl who's always caring for others like a mother hen. Naya is level-headed and inflappable with a penchant for sarcasm. Even Asher isn't a bad guy once you get to know him. He has a tendency to blurt out whatever is on his mind, and he's a little immature, but he genuinely cares. He's generally caring and has his moments. I find myself striking up conversations with other classmates, too. We don't become fast friends, but we exchange a few friendly words. Sometimes the interactions are as smooth as butter, and sometimes they're as rough as sliding across sandpaper. Oh, I like this illustration, by the way, of Kalei. So cute! I feel happy. But that's okay. I feel myself changing, little by little. That man didn't vanish completely. I'm assuming he's still around. But whenever he tries to drown my ears in nervous prophecies, I don't respond. It's difficult to ignore him, but he's quieter now, less insistent. His rhetoric has changed a little too. He no longer speaks exclusively in apocalyptic foretellings. Sometimes he watches me open up my 4th cup of instant noodles of the week and says, "That much sodium can't be good." I can't do that. "That much sodium can't be good for you. Why not cook something?" When I'm on the couch, scrolling mindlessly through social media, he sits next to me and leans to my ear and whispers, "Going for a walk would be better for you than lazing about at home, wouldn't it?" My god, that was a little terrible, but whatever. As I sit at my desk browsing through online shopping portals, he sidles up from behind me and shuts my laptop, saying, "You know you don't have room for frivolous purchases in the budget right now." Honestly, Geist is starting to sound like me currently as I navigate adulthood, and I'm like, I should eat more vegetables. Whatever, I'll eat this next piece of cookie that I said I wasn't gonna eat. You know, maybe I shouldn't. Who cares? You know, whatever. I love it. Okay, so I'm glad Geist is still around. I think I was, if I'm again assuming this correctly, Geist is just an embodiment of the self-talk that we have, whether it's negative. Mostly negative, but like it's not as intense as before, so whatever. That's good, but it's a reflection of how our character, how we are feeling. And so since we're not so concerned with like how others are perceiving us per se, at least not as much as we were at the beginning of the game, in the story, our thoughts, our self-talk has centered more so around these types of things. His tongue hasn't lost its edge, but those lectures only bring me mild annoyance, not fear. Sometimes I actually take his advice, and sometimes I tell him no. On occasion, he falls back into old habits reciting old lines. They don't like you. They don't like you. Everyone hates you. You do nothing but ruin everything. But he says them less and less with each passing day. Yay, that's good. There's a man that follows me. He's always watching, and sometimes he whispers in my ear. I wonder if he'll ever go away. He probably won't. And that's all right. Aww. Yay, Chattercap. Thank you for taking the time to play. I make other romance game with dark twists too. If you're interested, you can check out my links here. I will definitely be linking this game in the description below, but also check out Chattercap's other games. I don't think I'm fully caught up, but they're really good. And this one I also have loved so much, so definitely need to check out even more. For anyone who has mental health struggles, know that you are not alone. I hope that you all have more days where Geist is a little quieter than usual. Yeah, same here. That's nice. Okay, return to the start. Oh, Geist. Okay, but before I go, and I will be revisiting Mind, and we're gonna make the opposite choices and see what happens when we let Geist do what he does best, I guess. We're gonna see how that goes. I want to see what happens if we chose to say that we thought that Kalei is cute instead of a good friend, because I could totally see that. with our cute characters. They're in college, you know, they're having a little fun and learning about life and things. I want that for them. So let's just see what's happening. Kalei is cute. I don't think he would ever be interested in me that way, but
Hey!
he sounds a little different than normal, almost overly enthusiastic. He brandishes a plastic bag filled to the brim with different snacks. Wow, you just had these lying around?
Oh no, I ran to the store really quick. I didn't know what you liked, so I got a bunch of stuff.
Oh. He rummages through the bag.
Oops, I forgot drinks.
We're in my room. Why are you the one trying to provide everything? He smiles awkwardly.
You're right, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I guess I got a little excited and didn't think too much.
It's fine. We laughed together before settling on the rug. I prop my laptop on my desk chair. I plug in my DVD player before carefully inserting the Detective Dog disc. Okay, we're gonna skip through this. I fumble a chip out of the bag, enjoying the spicy sweetness. I reach towards the bag again when Kalei's fingers ghost over the back of mine. I freeze.
Sorry,
Blushies. He jerks his hand back. His ears are red.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, so this is where this is. Oh, you got the kid. Oh, okay. You guys are so cute. Okay. You're a little nervous? I reach over and place my hand on his, squeezing it. Then I turn towards him. I hover in front of Kalei's face just long enough so that he can sense my intentions. His eyes widen, but he doesn't pull away. He's blushing so hard. Oh my god, they're so cute. I press my lips against his. It's only for a moment, but his skin is warm and soft against mine. I pull away just as quickly, burying my face into my hands. Somehow, I had gotten drunk on chocolate cookies, spicy chips, and orphaned animated dogs. Kalei turns away from me. I want to scream. I ruined it. Good going, Marie. The second that you tell Geist to get lost, you decide to act like a creep and a pervert. I could really have used that jerk's intervention if I had known I was going to do something this stupid. Now Kalei really won't want to be friends anymore, and he'll feel too awkward to stop the movie, so now he's going to be stuck here with a deviant. Kalei tentatively reaches his hand out. He places it over mine, interlacing our fingers. Oh. He squeezes my hand. Aww, they're cute. After our introductory computer science class ended and the new semester started, Kalei and I started to officially date. We often spend our evenings together and we go out on the weekends. Oh, cute guys. Nowadays, I invite him to hang out as often as he invites me. Her unspoken rule is that whoever does the inviting gets to choose the movie. I've gotten to know Kalei's friends better too. Okay, so this is the same. And this is the same. But that's okay. I feel myself changing little by little. We were just so cute. You guys are so cute. The man didn't vanish completely. I like that it's just like slight differences, so it's just more like a preference of like if you want to remain friends or want to, you know, romance him. So that's great. And then this is the same. Why not cook something instead of eating another bagel? Look, I'm a fan of girl dinner, Geist, okay? Sometimes that's all I need to do or want to do. And that's all right. Okay, great. Wow. Okay, so that was all of Kalei's, like more of interacting with Kalei and choosing to, yeah, because we have two more, so that should be Kalei. That should be Geist. What is this? 1, 2, 1, 2. Why does he wear the little eyeball? I guess it's just the slight changes in the thing. Okay, that's fine. This is the backpack. Cute. Okay, anyways. This is nice. I like this gallery. Okay. So yeah, that was Mind, Mind, Mind. That was us doing our best to not let the negative self-talk Geist, you know, influence everything that we do and try to do things that we want to do, like make more connections with people. I feel like I was on the nose with my commentary. I'm gonna assume maybe there's something I've missed, but hopefully not. But I've really, really enjoyed Mind, Mind, Mind. I won't rehash all the things I've said, but I really have enjoyed it, and I'm very curious to see what will happen when we do the opposite choices, or the choices that lead us more to believing Geist as he was at the beginning of the story. So that'll be interesting to see. Maybe we'll learn more about other things why Geist might have popped up. Though I do remember recalling like middle school times he appeared, so maybe it's just that, but like seems like Geist is like, you know, super strong in his embodiment, and I feel like maybe that was like reinforced in some way as like we grew up. So maybe we'll get more details about that. I'm not sure. That would be nice to see. But yeah, anyways, if you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see me play more Mind, 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 as well as other visual novels on my channel, please feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. This one has been really fun. I've really enjoyed it, if you couldn't tell. If I do remember, I'll try to put in my Geist please counter. I think that would be a little fun, which involves me having to listen to myself say Geist please at least probably closer to 10 times, not including this time right now. So we'll see. But anyways, thank you again for watching. I will see you next time, and it'll be good. All right, bye.